Morning, four states. Now, this is where the community comes to talk, whether it's the local community or the national community. It's right here at this table, and we are just so pleased to have Amy Liz Harrison, author, with us this morning. Hello, Amy.
Well, hello. Thanks for having me.
You're the author of Eternally Expecting, a Mom of 8 Gets Sober and Gives Birth to a New Life, Her Own. I want to talk about the book. First off, I just want to talk about the goal of the book. What's the goal of the book?
The goal is really to explain to moms or parents or guardians who might be thinking that they're drinking too much, to know that a better life is possible waiting on the other side. And I think if somebody had maybe told me that ahead of time, I might have been a little bit quicker to take the plunge to sobriety.
How does your story start? Tell us a little bit about that.
So the big deal was I got a DUI with 4 of my kids in the car. Now, I've been sober 10 years, so it was a long time ago. That's why I'm not really attached to the pain of that incident anymore. But that's what I needed. I needed legal consequences for me personally. And everybody has a different bottom and a different story of recovery. And mine just happened to be through a 12-step fellowship, but I believe in so many ways of getting sober, and I've seen a lot of different ways it can happen. And for me, I had to face that vacancy of soul and really own that I was an alcoholic. And that was the first step for me, was surrendering to the whole idea of it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the 12 steps, and you know, in recovery, they say, you know, I have no right to rob another person of their bottom. They'll find it themselves, you know?
Right.
So tell us, somebody picks up this book. What was at the core of you that caused you to want to drink and do things like that?
I had a real insecurity going on where I felt like I was comparing my insides to everybody else's outsides. And it just seemed like everybody had life figured out, and there was a manual out there that I did not receive a copy of. And so basically I started experiencing a lot of jealousy. My husband was at work all day. I'm home with the kids and changing diapers. And so that became something that was really difficult for me. I've lost my identity. And I started finding it, I thought, through connection with other moms drinking in the cul-de-sac in the afternoons.
Yeah, I tell you what, you know, resentment is a mean motor scooter sometimes, isn't it? Tell us, what are some tips people can walk away with from this book? Well,
especially with summer approaching, I would say the biggest thing for me, especially in early sobriety, was having an escape plan. So I would drive my own car to gatherings. I would have my support system sort of pre-programmed into my phone so I could call them. I brought my own beverages. A lot of times, you know, people who are experiencing some different eating habits, they'll bring their own food. So I got in the habit of just bringing my own stuff to drink and trying to put myself first and take care of myself. And that self-care led to esteemable acts. And then it rebuilt my self-esteem. And I thought, maybe I could do it. Maybe I could stay sober.
Yeah, you know, those of us in the recovery community, you know, shame plays a big part in that. One thing that you would walk away with from this book, these are your parting words to the 4 states right here. What would you say to someone on the edge and struggling right now?
Don't let this facade fool you. I was the person walking around in the bathrobe at 6 a.m. wondering if it was 6 a.m. or 6 p.m. and really had completely lost myself. And the life that I have today, healed relationships, confidence, opportunities I never would have dreamed of, that all is possible only because I am sober today.
Amazing. Amy Liz Harrison, Eternally Expecting, a Mom of 8 Gets Sober and Gives Birth to a New Life, Her Own, available on Amazon and fine bookstores, or your website, amylizharrison.com. Is that right?
Correct.
Keep up the good work. Brilliant read, brilliant book, and I see many, many more in your future.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, more Good Morning 4 States is on the way. Stay with us.